From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
It's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Baby, what's going on?
Short work week, short school week.
Oh,
How was everybody's long weekend? Nice?
Fantastic.
what'd you do more?
I had a soak with my dad
In what?
in his hot tub. It was
Oh.
fantastic.
Okay,
Just you and your dad?
Yeah.
yeah. What'd you
Okay.
guys talk about?
We talked about the Jays game.
Yeah,
We talked about what he wants to do in the backyard over Christmas. I told him where he could hang some lights.
yeah. Like you guys had like a real good bonding moment.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Where was the rest of the family?
Oh, they were inside, but Matthew was standing outside the hot tub just watching us.
Excuse me.
So what? Why?
Like, because he won't go in. The one time he went in, it really hurt his delicate back.
Yeah.
So he was sort of
Wait a
standing
second.
off
Isn't
to
a
the
hot tub
side.
supposed to help somebody's back?
Yeah, it did the opposite for him. So he stood fully clothed, sort of off to the side in the darkness watching.
Did he at least have like a drink in his hand or something?
No, he was standing
Was-
there with his hands in his pocket.
Was he part of the conversation, or was he just like staring?
He was just staring.
So he's like a ghost. Just like there, listening and
Just there
watching.
listening
He's
and
like
watching.
like a gnome in the garden, right?
Yeah.
So hold on a second here.
Wait,
so,
how long
so-
were you guys in the hot tub for? You and
Oh, about
your dad?
45 minutes.
Okay,
45 minutes.
So this is after dinner, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so at some point after dinner, who suggests going for a soak? You or your
I did.
dad? You did. So you're like, hey, pops.
But I didn't bring swim trunks, so I had to borrow my brother's.
Okay, fair enough. But so was everybody invited, and then it was only you and your dad, or did you
no one
wanna
else
have...
wanted to go in, and my dad was like, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So you and your dad, you borrow swim trunks. You and your dad go in the hot tub, and then so Matthew obviously was invited.
Yeah, but
Right.
he's like, I'll just stand off to the side.
Oh, so he didn't even stay in the house and socialize with everybody else. He just went outside to watch you and your dad soak.
Yeah.
Why didn't he want to stay inside with the rest of the family?
They were watching F1 racing or whatever, like on the PVR, and he was like,
Yeah.
I'm not. So he's just like, I'll go outside. And I think he thought we would talk about something he could participate in,
Right.
but we talked sports.
Right.
Oh, right.
I'll tell you,
'Cause you're
man.
such a big sports guy.
I'll tell you, if two guys were about to go and soak, father and son, in the hot tub, I would automatically assume there's nothing out there for me that I can participate in. Like, what is that conversation going to be? You're either going to talk about how good the water feels, right? Which I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, boring.
Boring.
And also, how long
Right?
is that conversation going to last?
Yeah.
You get in, you're like, oh, it's warm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's warm. Feels good.
This
All
is
right,
why I
next
don't like
subject.
this is why I don't like hot tubs. You go in a hot tub, and like when you're at somebody's house that has a hot tub, I swear to God, they will talk for an hour about the hot tub, where they got it, what kind of bugger it was to
The different
install,
lighting colors.
how the guys had to get it through the gate, what it cost to run,
The
how
jets.
to clean it, the jets, the cover. Oh,
Literally, all those came up.
right, of course they did. Yeah. Okay. So you're in soaking with your dad, right?
He's like, well, what color do you want? What color should we put on the lights?
Okay. Oh, so he's got colorful lights in the backyard.
Yeah, I'm like, not red. It looks horror.
Right. Yeah. Also, there's a creeper. Right. Okay. So you and your dad, you guys sat and had a soak and talked about sports.
Yeah.
Did it feel like a real, just like
It was the coolest
like
moment
father
ever.
son moment kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. It
That
was
Matthew
pretty
ruined?
fantastic.
He's like, why didn't you tell Matthew to go in the house? I'd be like, man, you're ruining this for me. I'm having a moment here with my dad.
Oh, I blocked him out. I'm used to that.
Wow. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, hey, it's time for Name That Quarantune.
Okay. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, the return of Name That Quarantune. Name That Quarantune, the way that it works is can you name a legendary track, but only hearing the very first line of the song? And it's actually quite difficult. And today, like always, it will be Mocha versus Damnit Maury. And I'm telling you, gentlemen, we have not done a Name That Quarantune theme, category, whatever you want to call it, that I feel is split directly down the middle. Like, I'm looking at half this list, and I'm like, Maury's going to walk away with it.
Like
and
gay
I'm looking,
straight
and
tunes?
I'm looking at the other half of this list, and I'm like, Mocha's going to dominate. It is so evenly split. We are doing today on Name That Quarantune, Billboard Magazine's list. All of these songs will be pulled from the top 100 karaoke tracks of all time.
Oh, brilliant.
Wow, we got a battle.
It will be a bloodbath.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, everybody ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, hey, it's time for Name That Quarantune.
Welcome to Name That Quarantune.
Love it.
Everybody's favorite game. Mocha versus Damnit Maury. Shem is here as well. He will be the official judge and scorekeeper. In case there is any sort of confusion about who buzzed in first, Shem will have the final say. Today's theme, Name That Quarantune, all these tracks pulled from Billboard Magazine's list of the top 100 karaoke songs of all time.
Amazing.
Yes.
Now, all you have to do is just name the artist and the song, but you only get to hear, guys, the very first line of that song, which, as we figured out in the past, is not an easy thing to do, even if the song is a legendary track. So again, all these tracks pulled from Billboard Magazine's list of the top 100 karaoke songs of all time. Mocha, if we can hear your buzzer. Damnit Maury. Mocha, one more time. Maury. Shem, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Mocha, give me number 7. Mocha.
That is Boys to Men, End of the Road.
Yes. Wow. Out of the gate.
Come
Out
on,
of
man.
the gate.
Yo, I love that song.
By the way, number 70 on the list of Billboard Magazine's top 100
That's why I
karaoke
didn't
songs
get
of all time. Number 70. Okay. Give me number 16, please.
Tell me something.
Damnit Maury.
Okay, so that is Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, Shallow.
Correct.
And I knew that one.
That's number one,
Remember
right?
when I said that is actually number 5 on the list of the top 100 karaoke songs of all time.
Watches I dive in for me, your ground.
Like I said, this category, top karaoke songs of all time, evenly split between your knowledge and Damnit Maury's knowledge. Okay, so moving on. Number 8, please, Mocha.
Have you ever met a girl that
Mocha.
you tried to...
That is Biz Markie, Just a Friend.
Correct. And at number 69 on the list.
Yes. You got what I need. You can't not sing, but you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you. Oh, so good.
All right, give me number 9, Mocha, please. Number 9.
Baby, when I met you, there was...
Oh, my God. Oh, hold on.
Mocha.
That is, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, Islands in the Stream.
Wow.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken,
No, you're not allowed to answer, bro.
no,
You
I think
lost.
this is mentioned in Roz's book.
No, it's not. Like I said, you didn't read my book, Maury.
Wrong book,
Right?
bro.
Like, okay, it's number 65 on the lists. Like I said, right? I don't know what book you think you read more, but it
It was
not.
the chapter where
Every
your
time,
dad and your mom listened to this on vinyl.
No, I never talked about that. I never once mentioned that in the book.
Also, Maury out of the book.
Yeah, out of the book. Give me number 1, please, Mocha.
Wake up in the morning.
Mocha.
That is TikTok by Kesha.
Yes, wow.
Come
Shem, what's the
on.
scores currently?
It's currently 4-1 for Mocha.
Okay. Mocha, give me number 12, please.
That is, oh my God.
Mocha, by the way.
Def Leppard, You Give Love a Bad Name?
Incorrect. Damn it, Maury, for the steal.
Wait, no.
Def Leppard, Islands in the Stream.
Wow. No, that is Def Leppard. Pour some sugar on me,
That's
gentlemen.
it. Oh, you know what? And I do know this song.
I know.
Sugar on me.
Moving on to number 10, please, Mocha. Maury.
Madonna, Like a Prayer.
Correct. Okay, the score, Shem?
It is 4-2 for Mocha.
Oh my God, split down the middle.
Yeah, because you have half his
Down
score.
on my knees, I want to take you there.
Wow, that is one of the worst voices I have legitimately ever heard.
Yeah, bro, you should never go to karaoke.
Number 13, which is number 32 on Billboard's list of the top karaoke songs of all time, please. Maury.
Journey and oh my God. Just a small town girl
5,
living in a lonely world.
3,
Oh, it's
2,
oh my God.
1. Mocha for the steal.
Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
Yes.
Stop believing.
Wow.
Come on,
Okay,
guys.
we got one more.
Okay.
Maury, I don't think you can win here.
Oh, just tiebreaker.
Okay, but let's see, because we have to do this one, which this song, it came in at number 1 on Billboard's list of the top 100 karaoke songs of all time. Mocha, give me number 18, please. Maury.
Shania Twain, Feel Like a Woman.
Incorrect. Mocha.
That is Shania Twain. Oh my God. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, boys. It's Shania Twain.
3,
5. I got the clock in front of me, Maury. What does it matter with you?
That is
5.
Oh my God, Shania Twain.
4.
I'm so sorry, girl.
3.
That is
2. One.
What is it?
It's Shania Twain. Man, I feel like a woman.
I do know the song.
There we go. That is Shem. The final score was
Mocha wins 5-2.
5-2.
That is how you play Name That Quarantune. Sorry, Shania.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello, Emily. It's Roz Mocha. How are you?
Great. How are you guys?
Good. What's going on?
I have a bone to pick with Roz.
What I do now? Wow.
Awesome. Go for it. You know what? No time constraint. I'm just going to clear out everything else on the schedule. You take your time,
no.
Emily. If there's even more that you need to get off your chest, is this like a vented moment, actually?
Yeah, actually it is.
Okay.
Hold on.
Roz and Mocha's Vented Moments.
Get it off your chest.
Okay, let's get into it then.
Okay.
Vented moments. Emily joins us, and you have a vented moment about Roz. Go.
I was at your book signing, and I was like one of the last people there, and you didn't even talk to me.
Yeah, how rude, right?
I waited so long to meet you, and we talked over DMs and everything, and then nothing.
What do you mean I
Wow.
didn't talk to you?
Good enough for the
I
DMs,
didn't-
but not face to face.
Did I say hi?
No.
There's
not
no
even a
way.
hi.
I said something to every single person at that book signing. There's no way I ignored you.
You did, and then I said, I said you thought that nobody would show up,
Yeah?
and then you're like, oh yeah, and then laughed, and then took the next person, but that was it.
Yeah. Listen, and how long did you wait for?
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
sorry.
Wow. How do you feel about that, Emily?
I was kind of bummed, but I mean, I understood. Like, I was gonna slip you a cider because it looked like you needed one.
Oh
But
my God.
Oh, wow. Did you bring booze with you?
I did, but it didn't go too well, and I thought I'm just gonna leave it in my bag.
Come on,
Emily with the
man.
cider that got away.
Right, listen, I have nothing to, I'm so sorry. I tried my hardest to be cool with every single person.
I'm just razzing you. I love you to death.
I know.
And your damn book put me in therapy, so
It put you in therapy?
Jeez.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow, okay.
man.
it's probably a good thing.
Oh, okay. You mean do you mean it encouraged you to go to therapy?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Not like the contents of the stories that he was telling. affected you so much that you now need therapy.
Yeah, I'm like, don't write an Amazon review, okay? I got a good score going. I don't need you up in there.
Emily, now that you got that off your chest, you feel a little bit better?
I do, but my butt's still sore, Roz.
From what?
The tattoo.
What tattoo did you get?
The back part of your book.
Which
it done in your writing.
Right.
Wait, what?
You are not your mistakes.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I had to take a couple days off of work because I couldn't sit in my chalk and drive.
So you got a part from my book tattooed on you as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
but I can't show you because
it's on your butt cheek. Which butt cheek?
The left.
Did it hurt?
Did it hurt?
Yeah, it was pretty tender.
Yeah. How big is
My
it?
very, very first tattoo, too.
The tattoo, not your butt.
Would you like to know?
Is it sizable? Like, can you read it? Like, yeah. Wow. Well, Liz, I can't thank you. I can't thank you enough. The last thing I thought was that people were going to start getting quotes from my book tattooed on them. This is it's the greatest thing in the world. And I feel terrible that I didn't give you the moment that you deserved. And I will promise at some point I will make this up to you.
It is okay. Your book is the greatest thing in the world. So
thank you.
Honestly, I've reread several parts of it. I've annotated it. I've dog-eared the pages. It's great.
Wow.
It's wonderful.
Wow. Thank you so much. You're the best.
We appreciate you, Emily. Love you lots.
Love you too.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Courtney, hello. It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing good. Why are you reaching out to us for Fix My Life?
I'm just really tired of being so tired all the time, and I need tips.
Yeah, you wrote, it says, Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. I need help on how to deal with the mental load of teaching and being a single mom. I find I'm always on at work, and by the time I get home, I don't have the energy or mental capacity I want to spend quality time with my daughter. She is noticing it too.
Aw. How old is your daughter?
5.
In what way is she noticing it?
It's just a lot of we'll come home and she'll want to play, and I'm just so tired, or I have to make lunches and make dinner and marking or planning, and she's told me multiple times we don't have enough time together.
Aw. Yo, I get that, Courtney. I'm not in your shoes, but it's been, my son is 5 now, and we've had we still now have the same kind of discussions or the comments that come through. It'll be after dinner and the kitchen's a mess, and Jen and I are both kind of tackling different things at the same time, and he'll be like, can somebody can you come play with me, or do you want to build Lego or something like that, right? And I'm like, oh man, dude, I really want to, but the kitchen needs to be cleaned. Right?
That's it.
Or the food needs to be put away and packed away in the fridge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm like, you need a lunch for school tomorrow.
Yes.
I have to do it.
Yeah.
I know. It's super tough.
Everybody goes through this, and I don't mean to sort of generalize or rationalize or anything the way that you're feeling, because the way you're feeling is 100% accurate. But you are not alone. I went through that same thing that you guys did when Rox was little, and I just had to keep telling myself over and over and over again, right? I'm like, this 5 minutes, because really that's all the kid was ever asking for, right? They want you to get down on the floor and play with them for 5 minutes, have a laugh, roll around, whatever, make a joke. And I'm always I always felt so busy, like you were overwhelmed. And yeah, the kitchen, or you haven't replied to emails, and you have all this stuff just stacked on your shoulders, okay? And I always had to just in those moments when Rox was like, hey, can you come play with me? And every time I was about to say no, I would just force myself to say yes, right? And it didn't matter what else I didn't do, because the other things that I didn't do, I was going to do eventually, right? The kitchen is still going to be a mess when I finish playing, and you know what? I'm going to clean it when I'm done. But it was those moments, and I tried to always just be aware of 5 minutes, right? That's it. Yeah. Because even if you say to a kid, hey, listen, of course I'm going to play Lego with you, but just so you know, it's got to be a quick one, because I got this thing, and the kid's going to be awesome, right? And then you get up and you're like, I got to go do this thing now. I'll come back and play with you after. But it's just, I tried so hard, and it is so hard. I just tried so hard to just never say no in those situations, especially when I chose an email over Lego, or I chose the
Yeah.
kitchen. I chose the kitchen
Yeah.
over Nerf guns, or I chose something else that meant really nothing over something that would have made my kid happy for 5 minutes. And I forced myself to say yes. I forced myself to say yes.
I know. Yo, Courtney, I feel the
hard.
exact same guilt every single
Every day.
And there's two of us in the house. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's Jenna and I with Cruz at home. So I can only imagine the emotional strain it takes on you being a single mom when on top of your work day and you get home, you still have like stuff for your following work day that needs to get done. So how do you so how do you deal with all of that? Like what time does your kid go to bed?
She usually goes to bed like around 8.
Yeah. And then what do you do
and
from 8 p.m. onwards until you go to bed?
Honestly, I go to bed because I'm so just emotionally exhausted just from the day because like I teach middle school, so they come with their own set of problems and we're also, helping those kids with the stuff they're going through, and that can be emotionally and mentally taxing as well.
I will say you got to leave the house every day, and you got to go tear things up, right?
Yeah.
But you have to save your best for the people that matter the most.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's where the struggle is.
Yeah, and oftentimes when job, like sort of the overwhelming feelings that you get from a job, it's not necessarily what it is you do. Oftentimes the overwhelming feelings come from lack of control at work.
Yeah.
And sort of lack of direction. And, you walk into this whirlwind every day and it's triage. You are just like managing, conflict and managing like all of this stuff all day long. And you don't have a lot of control over that. Like you're very like reactive. And I think that you need to figure out the things in your life that you can control. And one of those things that you can control is making sure that your kid is happy for 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that is something that is well within your ability, regardless of how stressed out and how exhausted you are. I think you just maybe need to start looking at things a little bit differently and figuring out what your actual choices are and what you have control over, and how your kid sees you is definitely something that you have full control over.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if any of that helps.
Yeah, it's tough.
Courtney.
No, it does. It's one of those, it's like, I know, but I also just need to hear it as well because it's just like like you go into teaching for a reason. Yeah. So it's just, we put so much into the job.
Of course.
Right? And then to come home and then I'm like, oh shoot, like
and also,
I have a kid too.
And also you got a beautiful little one at home and you got to go and smell what a middle school smells like all day.
Honestly, yeah, it's just a mix of Axe body spray and
BO and bum and like all that other stuff, right? Like
it's not fun.
No, you go to war every day. I get it.
It was only up to a few years ago that I stopped using Axe body spray, y'all.
Okay, I'll just tell the middle schoolers it's their problem.
There you go. Because it really is. Yeah.
There you go. Love you lots, Courtney. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Okay.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Woo! Cannot wait. Black Adam in theaters next Friday.
Next Friday.
Bought
So
new
good.
pants and everything.
And it's like The Rock is out here, not dropping spoilers, but like The Rock is out here riding that line of spoilers. Like, you know how I spoil my own book?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you know what The Rock is talking about, it's when you listen to this clip of him talking to Fallon, it's like The Rock is like almost spoiling his own movie. So it's Fallon and The Rock sort of like being cagey about the after credits scene, and like they start going into it, and I think that like they're both.
I think he learned about spoilers from you. Maybe he watched their videos.
Bro,
like this is a good idea.
I'm telling you, like he goes far. Like he goes far. I don't even know. Do you want to hear this?
I watched a movie already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you know. Okay, so here is so you having seen the movie, you tell me if The Rock goes too far in saying what The Rock said.
It pays off. It's so good. And then we all stayed to watch the credits. And you're going, is there going to be a post-credits scene? And, of course, no spoilers here. Let's just say something happens.
That's a spoiler.
And people are going to freak out.
People
are going to freak out. And fans have been kind of asking this for a long time. And I heard that you had a lot of responsibility for making what happens happen.
So when you guys see the movie, you see Black Adam, what you're going to see, like I said, I said we want to build out the DC universe, introduce Black Adam, introduce other characters as well in the JSA. I have been saying this is a new era in the DC universe that I love, that we love. It's a new era. Yes, we're going to introduce new characters, but also the new era means listen to the fans. You got to listen to the fans. And for a very long time, for years, you guys know, fans have been screaming. They've been upset, like, hey, we established Black Adam as the most powerful and unstoppable force on this planet. The most powerful and unstoppable force in the entire universe has been on the sidelines for too long. So myself, $7, Danny Garcia, Hiram Garcia, we fought, and we weren't going to take no for an answer. We were going to deliver it to the fans. And then at the end, welcome home.
Okay. Right? Too far.
These guys
too far
ruined Black Adam.
You think so, eh?
No, okay. No, not ruined. That's the wrong. But they did. I think they gave too much information.
Because
Can I say, if there's something that happened, I like getting a heads up in case you need to, rush out to get to the parking lot quickly, right?
Sure.
I like being told.
Yes, but do you like being told specifics? Because he was really specific. Like he said it. Like he said, Black Adam is the unstoppable force on Earth.
He gave away the answer.
Yes, and so they introduced the most unstoppable force in the universe, in that world, that there is only one answer to that.
I don't know, because I don't know.
I know, but that's fine for you. What I'm saying is that for fans, they may have just said what it was.
Say it. But don't say
right?
it.
They may have just said what that spoiler is.
Can you whisper?
No. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to Google. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
don't say anything though, Maury.
No,
but he went far though, right? I think that helps sell the movie. I really do.
Of course.
I think that you have people that are going to see the movie anyway, and then you have some people that may be on the fence, whether because it's Dwayne Johnson or whether because it's like, oh my God, another superhero movie. But when you reveal this sort of detail, I think that you get a lot of people who might have been on the fence who are like, okay, I'll check this out.
Yeah.
I'll check this out.
But I agree. They went a little bit too far. But you'll have to wait until next Friday, because that is when Black Adam is in theaters.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Maury, do me a favor. Go to Purlio right now. Have you seen this?
What the heck is a Purlio?
Purlio, Purrlio. Apparently, it's a website. I just need to see if it's real or if it redirects you somewhere.
Wait, then why am I doing
nefarious? Because your computer's garbage anyway. So if somebody's going to test out a website on the show, it needs to be you. Just let me know if it's a real website.
It's real.
It's real? So apparently, Purlio is a website where it plays cat purring sounds in case you're stressed.
Oh.
So it'll allow you to sort of, I guess it's like ASMR, but only with cat purrs, right? Something like that. I imagine it's something like that. Like I love.
You can have a sleepy cat. You can have a steady
cat.
Like
I love. Because I have 4 cats, right? And every now and then you get all 4 going at the same time.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah.
If they all
rare.
Yeah.
Rare.
Does it now? Do they all do it at the same time because it just so happens that they're doing it at the same time, or does one start and then the rest are like, you know what, I'm into it too, and then they all
no, you have to get their motors running, right? Like you rub them. Right?
Gotcha.
So like you go from cat to cat to cat, and then one of them has a real loud purr, and then one of them has a tiny little purr, and then
play them like a piano?
They all have different purrs. You know, like when people used to go on like a Star Search and they used to play those glasses where you rub the tops of the glasses. That's what it's like. They all have a different tone.
Okay.
Right? But here's a little bit of the website. I love a cat purr, man.
This actually sounds terrifying, guys.
You think so? Oh, no. To me, this is the greatest sound in the world. When a cat crawls
is a cow.
up on you.
A cow.
No, it's not a cow purr.
Sorry, a cat. I'd rather hear a cow purr. That's a cat purring?
Yes. Yeah. I guess they just put a mic. They just find cats that purr real loud, and then they put microphones right up close to them.
This is terrifying.
You don't like that sound?
No.
Really? Oh, I love it.
No, this is some like Conjuring stuff. Like Babadook going to show up.
Don't ruin cat purrs.
No, this is terrifying, dude.
That's not terrifying. That's so sweet. That's the best sound in the world, man.
No, this is like The Haunting of Hill House.
No, you're crazy.
Right before a big jump scare.
You're crazy. Bro, like when a cat crawls up on your chest and then they nuzzle their head underneath your chin and then this is what you hear, I am out immediately. Like I am first of all the happiest I've been ever in that moment.
By the way, on the website, you could set how sleepy or how happy you want the cat. There's a meter, or how relaxed or happy, like overjoyed.
Really?
There's like a meter you can choose.
Would it help, Mocha, if maybe, because I think maybe what's happening with you right now is you're visualizing, right? I think that maybe if you saw a cat that was...
Oh, maybe.
That
like
was
right
purring.
now, I'm picturing, Slender Man slowly walking towards me.
But I'm telling you what it is, that it's not Slenderman, that it's an actual cat. What the hell's that website called, Maury?
You just literally said it.
I know.
PURRLI.com.
L-I?
Yeah.
Hurley. Oh, my bad.
I don't know, man.
Okay, hold on. Oh, yeah, you can. Hold on now.
There's like a meter.
So you can do...
This is right before the girl from The Ring snatches you up.
Okay, hold on here. Here, turn my computer up for a second. Shut up with the 7 days, Maury. Stop ruining cat purrs, you guys. Okay, hold on here.
That's the sound of the upside down.
Okay,
right
hold on. Let me find a good one here. So I want my cat to be sleepy. Yes, sleepy. Do you want steady or lively? Let's do steady. Purr out or purr in. Oh, interesting. Let's do purr out. Relaxed or overjoyed? Let's do relaxed. Close or distant? Let's go very close. And let's do this. Okay, hold on here now. Do I have to play? How do I play, Maury?
It's automatically going. At the very top, set the timer to 1 minute.
Oh. How do I do that?
Or you can do 5 minutes. So it's a 5 minute purr.
Oh,
No.
yeah. You don't like that? No?
Maybe it needs to be more distant from Mocha.
This is right before Vecna causes you to float in the air, and then all your limbs start twisting the opposite way.
Now something to... Oh.
Ah, come on now. No, let's go back to purring.
that?
I don't want the meow. Hold on.
Okay.
Shh.
Make it
Just
more
wait.
overjoyed.
Overjoyed. Hold on here. I'm going to get you, Mocha. I'm going to find a cat purr that tickles you. Don't you worry. Oh, here we go. Okay.
It doesn't take me away like the
distant
mind
and
flare.
overjoyed. By the way, there's a website that lets you just listen to cat purrs. It's called Purrly.com. Purrli.com. Okay. Happy. Is that better? Is that better for you or no? You still don't like it?
No.
You don't like this? What's the matter with you? I can't believe. How long have we been doing the show together? Too long. How does this offend you? You think that this sounds like death?
Bro, I never said it offended
Bro.
me. I just said I don't like it.
No. I know, but how do you not like it, though? Like, I understand being indifferent to a cat purr.
Yeah.
How do you not like a cat purr?
No, I like cat purrs. Not this one, though.
What's wrong with this one?
Just, I don't know. It sounds
You know
like
what?
scary.
I shouldn't have brought this up because this thing is supposed to relax you. I've never been more stressed out in the last 2 weeks.
Can I play the one that
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I've never been more stressed out. Never been more stressed
you should
out.
listen to more cat purrs, bro.
Shut it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
People once again up in arms. House of the Dragon episode 8 aired not last night, sorry. Aired on Sunday night.
Yes.
But we weren't here yesterday, Thanksgiving long weekend.
It should come with a warning: do not watch after Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, really? Gory this time around?
No, it's just after you eat turkey, it's just hard to stay awake during that show. It's so dark.
Yeah.
Are the episodes all like consistent, an hour, or are they just like an hour plus?
An hour
some
plus.
nights? Hour plus. Wow, really? So Damnit Maury and his husband, Damnit Matthew, this has been a big hit on the Roz and Mocha Show. This season have been watching and recapping all the episodes. And what's so entertaining is the fact that neither of them have watched like Game of Thrones. They're not like
No.
throwing hardcores.
Do you feel that you that there's things you're missing out on because you didn't watch Game of Thrones? Like you don't understand, like you were sort of like you wish you understood that world a little bit more?
No, we're good. Thank
you're
you.
good. Okay.
All right, if you missed episode 8, here are the Damnits.
All right, are we dying?
Yes.
Okay, great. So it's been, I guess they did another unannounced time jump of 6 years.
Yet again, I don't know how
another
anybody
one?
can keep up with the show.
But now there's a whole new cast.
I also noticed that I think I saw new symbols in the intro. Like either I missed them before all these other episodes, or were there new gold symbols, like different symbols, with the blood running through the stone. I noticed different symbols that maybe I never noticed before.
And a whole new set of cast, a whole new cast, except Damon's the same guy, and he's the one that doesn't age. So wait, the king's not dead. He's on his deathbed with an eye patch, and he looks frail. But it doesn't look like the king.
That is the king, just older.
But it doesn't look like him.
Because you're not seeing the bleach blonde, horrible wig.
I have never seen a longer death on a show in my entire life. 6 years has passed, and he's still dying.
It's only been 6 years. He was already old, and now he's...
Why is he not in their castle?
I don't know where the hell he is. It's so dark. I have no idea where they are.
My goodness, scandal with the tea lady.
With the servant or...
The tea master. But she was in charge of the tea.
Bringing the tea, but I think she put alcohol instead.
So we're talking about the king's tea. They're all thinking that, because I guess Damon smelled it and there was something in it, like arsenic or booze or something.
Alcohol. I think it was alcohol, like booze. Yeah.
So they gave the tea master money to go away, but then they made her drink the tea, I guess, to prove it?
I guess.
So, and somehow the king on his deathbed got word that they were, I guess, changing who they were, who was going to take over the throne. So he mustered up strength to walk in.
I thought he called this meeting. I thought he said he wanted to have a dinner or a meeting or something, and then, yeah.
But then he showed up literally looking like the Phantom of the Opera with a... Phantom of the Opera is here. He wore a half-face gold mask and looked exactly like the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
And was defending his decision on who would take over the throne. The King of Larian was mad because he did not agree with the decision because he called Rhiannon a
Hello, but that's not the shocking part. The shocking part is what Damon did. Damon just cut that guy's head off.
He said he could keep his tongue.
Well, did you see the insides? Like there was like the esophagus still hanging out. Oh.
And then we cut to a dinner where they carry the king in a chair, and he announces that his grandchildren get to marry their cousins. And I don't think I can eat again for a long time after the king took his mask off. Okay, describe what you saw.
Craters of like holes of blood and like I don't know what that was. Literally, like put the gold mask back on, please.
He was missing an eye.
Let's not talk about it. I get nauseous. Thank you.
And with what could be the king's final moments on his deathbed, what is it that he said to his wife?
My love.
And in a mediocre episode of death, despair, and incestual marriage, we end with...
I don't know, man. Like, as much as I love the weekly recaps of House of the Dragon, like, is it fair to say, like, am I just as confused with this season listening to the Damnits as I would be if I watched the show on a weekly basis?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. But I'm loving this. I'm loving the show so far. I haven't seen one frame. I'm only watching the show through the Damnit's recaps, and I am loving it.
Well, there you go. That is episode 8 recap of House of the Dragon.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did you watch the trailer that Selena Gomez released yesterday for her documentary coming out on Apple TV Plus?
No.
It's called...
I watched a cooking show.
It's called My Mind in Me.
Okay.
November 4th.
What's it about?
It's sad, man.
Is it?
It's really sad.
No.
And like, we know all the struggles that Selena Gomez has gone through.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
With her bipolar disorder and depression and anxiety and all the stuff she went through.
Dealing with just the worst people in the world.
Yeah. And lupus and like everything, right?
Yeah.
Man, I watched this trailer and my heart breaks for this girl.
Really, huh?
For as great as a or you would think that she is, and like the wonderful job she did on the 2 seasons of Only Murders in the Building as Mabel, right? Just killed it on those shows. This documentary, she's releasing a new song too, by the way, I guess to coincide with the release of the documentary. She hasn't announced the title of the song or the exact date that it's being released. I assume it might be called the same thing as the trailer, My Mind and Me. But listen to this.
Just be who you are, Selena. No one cares about what you're doing. It's about who I am. Being okay with where I am. I am grateful to be alive.
Selena Gomez was diagnosed with lupus, depression, and anxiety. She had a mental breakdown.
Let me make a promise. I am going to stop living like this. How do I learn how to breathe my own breath again?
If anybody saw what I saw, they wouldn't have recognized her.
Like my whole life since I was a kid, I've been working. I don't want to be like super famous, but I do know that if I'm here, I have to use that for good.
What's holding you back from doing it?
That I'm not good enough. That's something that I've felt a lot of growing up.
In this life, you have to show people empathy, have a chance to give people more than what you receive.
What makes me happy is connection, and it helps me get out of my head.
Do you know who this is? Yes, she's real. Mommy went to school with her.
Clearly, I'm still here to use whatever I have to help someone else.
Man, like the trailer is beautiful. By the way, that's for Selena Gomez's documentary called My Mind and Me on Apple TV Plus on November 4th. The person who directed and produced it is the same person that did Truth or Dare from Madonna back in 91.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was that? They're super famous though, right?
Alec Kashishian.
Yeah,
I think that's how you pronounce the last name. But the same person that did the Madonna Truth or Dare.
Yeah, it's interesting because you start to sort of understand that people you were never able to be multiple. I don't want to say multiple people, but you were never allowed to show all your sides.
Multiple versions of yourself.
Yeah, and I think that the sort of great place we are in the world right now is, people like Selena Gomez you don't just have to be the pop star anymore. You don't just, because it used to be seen as being detrimental to the money that you were making for everybody else in your organization. If you step too far out of your lane, you were jeopardizing paychecks. And I think that it's beautiful that we're in a place now where Selena Gomez can be hysterical on, Only Murders, and she can release great pop songs. But she can also do this, and it's a whole individual. Like I'm just so glad that we get to see, all the different parts as confident as every other part that she has. Right?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So if you're into it, new Selena Gomez documentary, My Mind and Me on Apple TV Plus, November 4th.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Sharon, how are you? It's Roz and Mocha.
I am great.
Sharon is on the phone, Roz, because she has read your book, your
wonderful. Thank you.
memoir,
I
A Little
appreciate
Bit
it.
Broken, and she actually has a question for you.
Yes, I'm reading the book right now, and it's a wonderful, fantastic read, by the way.
Thank you.
Like, I laughed, I've cried.
Oh, wait. Sharon, how far into the book are you?
I'm on page 60. I'm actually doing it really slowly. I don't want to rush it.
Okay, no problem. Because I was going to say I am almost finished the book, so no spoilers, but you're still way earlier in the book.
Yeah.
So it's okay to talk about.
Yeah.
So what's your question?
My one burning question is, Roz talks about a guy named Carlos Ferrari on page 51.
Right.
I won't spoil anything, but do we know if Carlos has read this book already? And has anyone told Roz if they've tried to find this guy on social media and cuss him out for Roz or anything?
Listen, that is the last thing I want. Okay, I don't want people tracking down Carlos Ferrari. So
if you've listened to the Roz and Mocha Show long enough, you would have heard the story because you've talked about Carlos Ferrari on the show multiple times, right?
Too many times.
And then he made it into the book.
No, so this was somebody when I was I don't even know how old I was, maybe 12 or something like that. I had a girlfriend. And she left me for this kid who lived across the street who was older than me, named Carlos Ferrari. And I never forgot him because it just pissed me off. So it was like the first time like I really sort of like had my heart broken where somebody just straight up like ditched me, right? But the problem was that we all lived in the same neighborhood, right? And they went to Catholic school and I went to like the public school.
Yeah.
Catholic girls. They went to the Catholic school and so did he, right? And then so what happened is that I didn't even have any interaction with this guy at all. I only ever saw him with my then girlfriend leaving for school in the morning. Like they would leave for school after she dumped me. I would go one way and they would go the other way.
Together.
Right? Like, yeah, together. Like it was just and he was like a senior in high school. And
Much
she
cooler.
was not cool, right? No, not
so
cool.
do you know if Carlos
No.
Ferrari, like, has anyone
I have
from
no
your past
idea.
reach out being like, yo, Carlos Ferrari read the book?
Bro, Carlos Ferrari would probably be by now like 52 or 3 or something
yeah?
like that. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I hope to God they're not married. But yes, no. So I left. That's one of the only names, like real names that I used in the book because I thought it would be funny to just sort of continue that because we've talked so much on this show about that son of a Carlos Ferrari.
I have a question though. Has anyone else that you've written about in the book reached out to you?
No. I mean, people who know that it's them have.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah. This super weird thing happened, right? So I write in one part of the book, I talk about when I was living in New York, when I was interning for Howard Stern. And that was 1994, right? And I got a message, like, you know when you get message requests on Facebook that you just don't check? So it was when we had done the announcement of the book back in April. And then I got this message that I checked way late, like only maybe 1 or 2 months ago. And it was from the woman who hired me for that internship that I hadn't spoken to since 1994. But somehow she found me.
Really?
And she wrote me being like, congratulations on the book. She was like, I hope that there's stuff in there about when you were at the Howard Stern show. And I wrote her back and I was like, dude, I'm like, not only, but I'm like, you're in the book.
Yeah.
And she was like, what? So she reached out, which was amazing that she even remembered me because that was so long ago. So
Yeah.
she reached out, not even having read it yet,
But like
which
no
was really
one
great.
that you used to work with that you talked about in the book, or like any of the women that you talk about in the book from your past, like they've never or haven't reached out just yet?
No.
Wow, interesting.
No. And I don't, and to be honest with you, I don't know, because you don't know how impactful you were in somebody else's life. Like you could have somebody in your life who comes in and shakes it up over, a 6-month period or something like that. And you remember that very well because it was super impactful to you. I don't know how impactful I was in their lives.
Sure.
Right. So I don't even know if it would register to them. I don't even know if they would realize what I looked like all these years
That's
later.
why Carlos
right?
Ferrari don't care about you, bro.
Right.
Sharon, enjoy the read. Thank you so much for reaching out. We appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
We have not done shower thoughts in a really long time.
I think it's almost to the point of where you have to remind people what shower thoughts
We
are.
haven't done it this year.
Haven't we?
No.
No, come on.
We've not done it this year.
Shower thoughts has not happened in 2022.
It has not happened in 2022.
Oh, my God. Now,
it's just
either
like
nobody's thinking or nobody's showering.
It's just like straight up the randomness that you think about, stuff that makes sense at the time,
Yes.
but it's just straight up dumb. These are the things when you get into your own head, you think about, and they just make sense to you. All right? And I have a bunch to share with you guys. The first half of your life is people telling you not to do drugs. The second half of your life is people telling you about drugs you need to take.
That's so true.
We're lucky that cutting hair doesn't hurt.
Oh.
It's 2022 and bike seats are still uncomfortable as hell.
Yeah.
Somebody probably got their tattoo messed up by an earthquake. Dr. Seuss was seriously lucky to live in a day and age without autocorrect. The Joker is never in jail long enough for his makeup to come off.
True.
Ice cream has probably bent more spoons than any other food. Drano is a laxative for your house.
Oh my God, I love that one.
So much about weight loss / weight gain is how much the seatbelt gets caught under your gut.
Yes.
Standing ovation. Alexa unintentionally trains you to have a more authoritative voice. And finally, shower thoughts. Light bulbs were such a good idea that they became the symbol for a good idea.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Podcast.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is, got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Jennifer, how's it going? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi, good, thank you.
Why don't you let everyone know why you're joining us on Fix My Life?
So I feel like I have too many friends. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy.
Oh, God.
Jennifer,
Here
you
we
wrote
go.
us this.
Ms. Popular.
Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. I feel like, I have too many friends, but I feel it is consuming me and taking over my personal life and family life, always having to reach out to so many friends. So my question is, do you think I should cut down my social circle?
What do you mean that you are always having to reach out to your friends?
So I feel like over the years, I have gained so many friends. And I feel like I put more effort in than some of them. And I feel like I always just have to reach out to make sure that everybody is okay, but I don't get it reciprocated all the time.
Why do you feel like you're responsible for that? Like, why is that on your shoulders?
Honestly, I have no idea. I feel like I've kind of always been like that. Maybe to not get the slack of maybe them reaching out to me saying, oh, we haven't talked for so long. Why don't you ever message me or anything like that?
Yeah, you've surrounded yourself with people that are not very close, but yet you are extremely worried about what they think about you. I wouldn't. If you are the only one who's sort of like always checking in on somebody and doing that thing where you feel like you need to reach out to maintain whatever that is, it certainly doesn't sound like a close friendship. And then what's going to happen is you're like, okay, I'm just going to stop doing that because one, it's a pain in the ass, and two, I don't feel great because it's not reciprocated. I think you can just let that go.
It sounds like you care about them more than they care about you.
Yeah, and so there's a few friends that are like that. The other ones I know are like strong and I've known them forever. But yeah, there's a few. And I feel like it just consumes my personal life and my family life.
And you know what? Maybe it's not even the fact that they don't care about you. Maybe it's just that as you get older and your life gets busier and more consumed with other things, their lives are also getting busier and are consumed with other things.
Exactly.
And women sort of, there's a huge difference in the dynamic in women's friendships than men's friendships, right? Like women have other women in their lives that they don't really particularly like, but they feel that they have to maintain this thing with them, right? Like no guy looks at their wife and goes, ugh, I gotta go out tonight, see Tom. You know what I mean? Right? Like, and then you go, well, why are you going if you don't want to go? And they look at you and go, ugh, you don't understand. If I don't go, it's going to be a whole thing, right? Like guys don't do that, right? Like women do that. And I think that you just worry so much about what people think about you in these friend circles. But I don't know if that actually exists. I think that people are so consumed with themselves that I don't think that they're sitting around thinking about you the way you think they are.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Be friends with people who make you feel good about you. You know,
and there's nothing wrong with like checking in with them, like every now and then, just like simply just shoot them a text. Hey, thinking about you today. Hope you know everything is good, type of thing, right?
Right. Yeah.
But if you
maybe
don't-
not all the time.
But if you don't get that back from them, like if they don't send you, then don't do it. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. The hard thing with cutting down a friend group, right, is that when you are cutting somebody like out of your life, but they're part of a broader circle, right? So when they get together without you and
Mm-hmm.
they're like, hey, if you heard from Jennifer, and somebody's like, yeah, man, we text all the time. And then this person's like, oh my God, I haven't heard from her in like 6 months. That's when things start to get tricky, right? Because you look like you're icing somebody out. But as long as you don't have those sort of dynamics to deal with, I say just back off.
Yeah, I don't have those dynamics.
No, then you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. I think you have this need to sort of, you don't have to be liked by everyone, right? You really don't. Pick the people who you want to take through life with you, right? And that's your team. You got to build your team. And every now and then on a team, you got to cut people.
Easy stuff, Jennifer. You can do this.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, girl. You have a wicked, wicked day. Thank you so much for reaching out.
All right. Thank you.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
My phone has been garbage lately. Has anybody else's phone been garbage lately? I can't get a signal for the life of me.
Bro, did you go over your data?
What do you mean?
Did you go over your data?
I don't know. How do you find that out?
On the website?
What website?
The Rogers site. Like, go through your account,
Bro,
man.
you have to understand something, okay?
You don't know technology.
No.
Because I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been going through the exact same thing. My next rollover date is on, I think, Thursday, where everything resets because my phone has been slow as hell as well.
Why don't you just set it to Wi-Fi? When
why don't you go Wi-Fi here?
Listen.
Or at home.
And here.
Who has the time for that?
Well, it does it automatically.
Button, man. You said it once and you forget it.
You have to understand something, okay? I'm going to say something very relatable right now. Okay? If anything, I'm a lot of things, okay? But one thing that I am
is tech savvy.
is very relatable, okay?
Go.
You have to understand that I haven't paid for a cell phone in like 20 years.
That's relatable how?
So this is all new for me.
Okay, boomer.
It's all new for me. Somebody else just always took care of this.
And all the grandmas are clapping.
Somebody else just took care of this for
the
me.
grandmas can't hear.
I
They're like,
don't know. I don't know. When you say your limit or like go check it, I legitimately have no idea what you're talking about.
So you think on your phone, like everything is like endless?
Yes.
There's zero cap.
It should be. It's always been that way before for me.
How do companies make money?
Well, that's not my problem.
Apparently it is.
Bro, come on. Okay, so
all I know is I can barely use my phone. I tried to find nice things that people were saying about me. I mean, I was looking for. I needed to find. There was a recipe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I needed to. Yeah. Directions to like I don't know, like church or the orphanage or something. I was doing something real great with my time.
Yeah.
But no, I can barely use my phone. My phone is garbage right now. Like I don't even want it anymore.
Did you get that text that says, "Hey, you're over
I got no text.
what you're allowed if you want to add for an additional cost?"
Right.
Reply.
I don't know.
Did you think that was spam and delete it?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think everything is spam and I delete it. That's why I never get back to you, Maury. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, there's a website, though. Are you goofing on me right now? There's a website I can check to find out if... Oh.
Will you log into your Rogers account, bro?
Oh, really?
Yes.
That'll tell me?
Do you have the... You probably
Is it my work login or like I need a personal login? Personal login? I got to remember another
That's
password
how you see
now?
your bill.
What bill?
Okay. Across the street.
Who checks bills?
Every single month,
Yeah.
right? Like when you get your Rogers bill,
I don't get a Rogers bill.
How do you pay for your internet?
I
bro?
don't know. It just happens.
Is this what
the way my life is set up? It just gets paid. I don't know.
Do you have a guy?
What do you mean? Do I have a guy
that takes care of all your bills?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I have a guy. I don't know if I have a guy. I got so many guys.
Tell me about it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's something I was going to tell you about. Hold on here.
Ooh, wedding plans?
No, it's not wedding plans.
Yeah.
Are you kidding
Don't
me?
act so surprised.
I know.
Sending out the save the date.
What's that?
When are you sending out the save the date?
When we have a date, man. There's a
still
couple.
haven't picked out a date?
No, because it's like there's a couple venues that we want to talk to and stuff like this. And
It's gonna be a wild night at the wedding.
I have a party room. It's $200.
I'm not going to your condo to get married, Maury.
Hold on.
Jesus.
Let's figure this out. We'll be good bros and help you. Spring, summer.
Summer.
Okay.
Yeah, summer definitely. But also, I don't want to screw somebody's long weekend.
Yeah, so we're not going to do a long weekend.
No,
Hold
I
on.
don't want to do anything like that. Like,
You want
I'm
Saturday or Sunday?
I'm pretty
Or a
particular.
Friday?
I don't care, man. I'll get married on a Thursday. I really
want a
like,
Thursday?
it really doesn't bother me. Friday, whatever. But when do most people get married? Like on a Saturday, right?
There's a wedding that
Man,
goes-
a lot of
goes to the
people,
deal.
a lot of people get married, and I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
Long weekend weddings.
Yeah, I don't want
That's
to do
selfish.
that. Like I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I don't
What
want
about
to do that to
Tuesday,
people.
July 11th?
Tuesday.
No. Hold on, bro.
First of all, I can't make this executive decision without Catherine.
Call
Okay,
her.
that's just. Oh, I'm not calling her right now, man. She's busy. This is the worst time of her day. She's scrambling right now.
No, I got plans on that day.
You got plans on what day?
On Tuesday, July 11th.
How do you know what you're doing Tuesday, July 11th next year?
It's my boy's birthday.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Okay,
Well, that's
come on.
that's understandable.
You
That's
want to?
understandable.
Okay. How about this? I'm free Wednesday the 12th.
You're
You guys want to do Wednesday the 12th?
Wednesday the 12th. I'm free Wednesday the 12th.
Well, Wednesdays are good for me.
Yeah,
Wednesday
Wednesdays
the
are good
12th.
for you. More, you're not even. I don't even know if you know this, but you have
Oh,
to
no,
work.
it's okay. I'm going with your mom.
No, you're not going with my mom. I already talked to my mom. There is no.
Excuse me, I have a call to make.
Yeah, there is nobody allowed to bring Maury as their plus one. I may not even do plus ones. You know that?
Oh no,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Individual
yeah.
invites?
I might do individual invites for individual people.
Yo, that's so
Yeah.
sick.
So Matthew gets to go and I don't?
Well, we don't know that yet.
But most likely, yes.
But most likely, yes.
Follow him on
Yes,
IG.
Yes. Yeah. Because I listen, right? There's some people that I know are going to have more fun, and I don't want to put somebody through the stress of having to find somebody to go with and everything else. And I only want people there that I know, right?
Dude, I am way more fun than my husband. You love drunk Maury.
Okay, so we can either do Wednesday, July 12th.
Yeah.
If you want to do a Saturday, can we do
Right.
Saturday the 15th?
Sure, it's fine with me. It's fine with me. But it all depends on the venues, right? Like I got to get these venues to
Bro,
call
we
me
can get a
back.
venue.
I got to get these. Like Catherine called a couple places. They didn't call her back, and I was like, that's sort of garbage.
So then we leave those off the table.
No, I'm not leaving.
Bro,
anything
you want
off
to do it
the
in my
table.
house, in my
I
backyard?
do not want to do it at anybody's
do it in my
house.
party room.
I don't.
Why? I
want
got a big backyard.
No, I'm
We do it in
not.
the backyard.
Not doing it at your house. Too
Why not?
far. Too far.
It's not that far.
It's far. It's too far. Catherine
Bro, it's
wanted
not
to.
that far.
Catherine, we went and looked at one place that was like pretty far for me, and I was
Like,
just
what's far?
It was like an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, that's too far. I
It's
ain't
too
going that
far, right? Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I was like, listen, I'm like, babes. She's like, no, people make a weekend of, and I'm like, nobody wants to make a weekend out of our wedding.
Oh, how about?
You have to do it on July 14th.
Why?
No.
National French Fry Day and National Macaroni and Cheese Day.
I'm not okay. That is not swaying. You think I can
And
go
it's
to?
National Nude Day. Fries, mac and cheese, and naked.
You think that I can go to Catherine and say, hey, listen, here's the perfect day for the wedding because it's National French Fry Mac and Cheese and Nude Day, and you think she's going to be like, oh my God, you're right, that's perfect. You know nothing about women, Maury. You know nothing about zero about women.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we have either July 12th or July 15th.
Right. Okay. That work.
All right.
Those work for you? Sure. Yeah.
Perfect. My
Okay.
schedule is wide open those 2 days.
Okay. And what days of the week are those?
That's a Wednesday or a Saturday.
Jesus. A
Yo,
Wednesday.
It's going to be a wild night at the wedding.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
This article about some people in Vegas, how they have these incredible stacks of just complimentary services at casinos because they just gamble so much that they essentially live at the casino.
Because they got to keep you there.
They live there. That's their home.
Oh, wait, sorry. Like in the hotel?
They live in the hotel.
All
Yeah,
comped.
All comped. Yeah, because
Listen, you have to be...
bro, you
like
got to be
your
spending.
daytime. I've seen on, I think it was A&E or something like that, one of these documentaries of people who, like their job or how they view their job is get up in the morning, they go to the casino, they play all day, and then those winnings help with their mortgage and buy groceries and this and that. And like their job, what they feel is their job is going to the casino to play.
So these people don't go home. They have spent so much money at the casino that they've stacked room comps to the point of where they don't have to go home.
Have they estimated, does this article say
No.
like how much?
No, but then somebody
Has been spent?
somebody commented on it saying that they go to Vegas once a month for 3 to 7 days.
Oh, that's too much.
And what I know, and what the casinos care about is your the hours that you play and your average bet. And so this guy was saying that his average hours played are 4 hours a day, and his average bet is $400 per bet.
Per hand on what game?
I
guess
don't know.
it doesn't matter.
I'm assuming, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
Roulette, blackjack.
But the thing is like these people are like, oh my God, you get to live at the Wynn for free, right? But I'm like, yeah, but how much are you spending during the day in order to live at the Wynn for free?
Exactly.
I used to think that you could live at an all-inclusive. Because when you do the math, right?
Yeah.
How much does it cost to go to like a Sandals or something like that? Right?
$2,000?
$2,000, right?
But that's like flight too, right?
Yeah. Okay. So let's say could
But
you?
let's say straight up, stay at a resort. Like you get a one-way ticket.
This is what I'm saying. How much would it cost to live at an all-inclusive? Like if you figure like a week, okay, and I'm not saying like 5-star. Let's go like 3.5, where the food is decent. Okay, buffet, right?
Like $7,000 a month?
Maybe less because you got to. It's only one flight.
No, I'm not talking flight. Forget the flight.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
I want to live at a resort.
Right.
Right.
So hold on here. So let's just say like you can get a package at a resort for like $1,200 for a week. Yeah. Right. For like a 3-star.
Oh, true. I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does that work out to? Like 40 something $100 a month, right? But everything's included and you live in paradise?
All that liquor and all that food?
Yeah, but I just wonder if you actually could. Like, if you were like, yo, I'm coming down and I'm just going to keep re-upping my stay. Like, would that price change? Or could you live at an all-inclusive
Could you
for
live
like
at an
$4,000 a month?
all-inclusive and to make money, you work at like another all-inclusive?
Yeah, maybe. Why not? Work there, right?
Or work there. Like, would they allow you to?
I don't know.
I guess if you're paying.
Listen, man, I could run aqua aerobics first thing in the morning. I'm up early anyway.
Sure.
Right? But I used to wonder if you could do that. Like the first couple times I went to a resort, because the first time you go to an all-inclusive, it's sort of mind-blowing. You're like, this world exists where like you spend no money. All they do is give you free alcohol, and there's more food than you could ever eat. And the rooms are decent. It's air conditioning, and it's paradise, right?
Yeah.
And then every week there's just new people, right? Like if you're a player,
it's a quick turnover.
It's a quick thank you, right? Like if you're a player, like if you're a single guy, whatever. To me, that's paradise for somebody.
Oh yeah.
But I never got a firm
Every
answer.
weekend it's fresh faces.
Thank you, right? I never got a fresh answer as to.
Look at Chef.
I know.
Actually doing the math in his head right now.
I know.
Like guys, I'm gonna need some time off. I'm gonna need 6 months off. Run this experiment.
But I used to wonder if you could do that. Like, how long could you stay at an all-inclusive? Like, you could learn a lot of things too, right? Like
all year.
All year.
Absolutely.
All year.
You could be a tour guide.
Like, who knows what you could do, right?
You could be the person in charge of like the zip line.
Yeah, or not. Like, if you just saved money and you got rid of your place in a city like this that costs an arm and a leg for rent, and you were like, screw this, I can work remotely.
You can get your bartender license.
Right? You wouldn't even have to, though. You wouldn't have to. Like, if you could work remotely, like, let's say, I don't know what you do. Like, let's say you work for H&R Block, right? You're like, screw this city, right? I'm going down to the Bahamas. You know what I mean? Like, why couldn't you? You can't work remotely, Shem. Shush.
Not, man?
Nah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way.
Stop doing the math, Shem.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Jamie Lee Curtis is out here making the rounds, promoting the new Halloween movie, which is out on Friday. And listen to her tell the other ladies on The View how she really wants to do a Freaky Friday Part 2 with Lindsay Lohan.
And another less freaky movie, but happens to be Freaky Friday. There's been fans asked the other day, were you open to doing another Freaky
No, a lot of
Friday
conversation.
with Lindsay Lohan? And I'm just going to give you the floor if you'd like to pitch Disney now.
I've already written to Disney. My friends at Disney, I'm in their new Haunted Mansion movie. I do creatively, I'm wide open. So, Lindsay Lohan and me back in a Freaky Friday. She just made a Christmas movie, I believe, that she got married, or she's, it's like, it's all good.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Yes.
Let me be the grandma. Let me be the old grandma.
That's right.
who has to take care.
Honey, this is a
switches
sexy
places.
grandma.
I know.
You ain't no old grandma. You're a sexy grandma.
But so then Lindsay gets to be the sexy grandma who's still, happy with Mark Harmon in all the ways you would be happy with Mark Harmon. Whose wife I know very well, Pam. I don't mean, you know what I mean.
Not like that.
Not like that, but like
that.
screen versions of that happiness.
That's right.
And simply, I would like to see Lindsay be the hot grandma, and I would like to see me try to deal with toddlers. Today.
I want to see that right now.
I want to be a helicopter parent
I would watch
in
that.
today's world as an old lady.
You're
I
not
think
into
do
it.
well. No. Listen, I loved the original Freaky Friday
Friday
too.
was amazing.
Because I loved the original with who was in the original? Was it Jodie Foster?
In Freaky Friday?
Yeah, the original Freaky. Because the Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan was a remake.
It was?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
1976, it was Jodie Foster.
You didn't have to give the year, Maury. You could have just said it was Jodie Foster. I didn't say what year did that come out.
No, I'd like you to know.
How old was Jodie Foster in that movie?
The kid. Yeah.
Jodie Foster at one time was a kid?
Jodie Foster's been acting since she was like 5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No idea.
But yeah, the original Freaky Friday
Had
was
no idea.
was Jodie Foster as the
No,
kid. So
Jamie Lee
this-
and
that's-
Lindsay. That is my Freaky Friday.
That's the only Freaky Friday you
Only
know.
one I've ever known.
Really, huh?
Yeah,
Interesting.
So, which is why I'm into
it too.
A sequel.
Yeah.
With this scenario of Jamie Lee Curtis saying,
Yeah. It was like, didn't one of them,
She's a
didn't she
grandma.
have to like perform in a rock
Jodie
band?
Foster's first thing was in 1969.
Shamori, stop that.
"Yo,
okay?
we're beyond Jodie Foster.
Come on now. That is before I was born. Like, let's be honest, okay? Like, I
What are you,
understand.
a biographer?
Shut up, Maury. Okay. Jesus, man.
She was in Gunsmoke.
Yeah. When did Gunsmoke come? Bonanza?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay, so listen, that like enough about the old retirement show home TV shows. Okay.
Anyway, Jamie Lee
I'm
Curtis
down. I am down. I think it would be great.
Is also down with the
Yeah.
Freaky Friday sequel.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Have you started all your Thanksgiving prep?
We're not doing it this weekend.
What?
No, we're gonna do it next weekend.
How come?
Yeah, because people are away and people got stuff to do. and everything else. Yeah,
okay.
so we'll do it.
So it's just going to be a regular weekend at home.
Yeah. We're just gonna chill.
I will be having it Sunday.
Yeah.
Very excited.
But I did have to make Roxy stuffing yesterday because she's doing a potluck at the school today. So,
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I did stuffing today and gravy.
What kind of stuffing?
Sausage stuffing, sausage and bread, and all them herbs.
And you brought some in for all of us to
No,
try.
I did not bring anything in today. Too heavy.
Would you make a little
Too
extra
heavy.
for?
Yeah, I held some back so she
Oh.
could have it for dinner. And
Now,
stuff like
when
that.
you know you have to do potluck style, right?
Yes.
Do you know like what the other parents are like, or the
yeah,
other
there's
kids
a
are
there's a
bringing in?
what do you call that? What do you call that thing?
A list?
No,
Email.
Jeez, man, no, it's a thing where it gets updated that they send you.
A list?
A Word
They'll send it-
document?
No, it's not a Word
Google Doc?
document. No,
A Google
it's not
document.
yeah, maybe a Google
Progress report?
No, it's not a progress report. It's the green one. What's the green one?
Evernote.
What?
Evernote.
No, not Evernote.
Sounds like a Google Doc to me, or an Excel sheet.
There we go. There's an Excel sheet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can see what the other parents are making for the potluck.
Yes.
So do you then look at that as like a challenge? Like this stuffing has to be better than what I know these other parents can make.
No. What I do is as soon as that note goes out, I go straight to the Google Doc and I just tell them what I'm making.
Excel sheet.
Excel sheet, yes. And then I tell them what I'm making.
Oh,
So
okay.
because I don't want to be like I'm making stuffing and then I go and they're like, oh, so-and-so's mom's making stuffing. I don't want to do that. So I sign up immediately and then
And you're like, I'm the stuffing guy.
I'm the stuffing guy. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing stuffing and gravy.
No,
Y'all
but like
can
what
do
I'm
whatever.
saying is, do you want your dish to be like the clear
Always.
winner? Okay, so you don't like hold back
No.
because you know it's going
No.
to Roxy's school. You know it's going to the kids there.
Hell no. No,
right?
no.
You like top notch
Bro.
as if
Could
you're
you
cooking
cheat?
for your own family.
The last time they did potluck, so like pre-COVID, right?
Yeah.
It was same thing, Thanksgiving. And I got to the list late, and I saw everything was done, right? All the stuff was done.
All the fixins were taken.
Everything was done,
Yeah.
right? Somebody was doing like turkey and stuffing and like 2 different kinds of potatoes and everything else.
Yeah.
And I looked at the list and I looked at Roxy and I go, hey, you want to bring meatballs to school tomorrow?
Yes.
And I sent her for Thanksgiving with a giant thing of meatballs.
Homemade,
not
though, right?
Yeah, homemade, not on brand, not on like theme, nothing. No Thanksgiving, nothing.
And did you add anything extra
bro,
just to make them?
I killed these meatballs.
Good.
I killed them. They were the big hit, right?
Good.
They were the big
so
hit.
is that what you're looking for? The streak
Always.
of all hits?
Always. That's
Nothing but the hits.
Nothing. Thank you. I'm not even there, right?
And you're already like, yo, give me that trophy.
That's
Dad,
it.
it's not a competition. Yes, it is.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Let's go, Blue Jays. Yo, it's going to be hype. 4 o'clock game against Seattle. Wild card. Best of 3. Excited for this. Jays haven't played a playoff home game since 2016.
Yeah.
So we are super pumped to cheer on the Toronto Blue Jays. Damnit Maury was down on the field at Rogers Center talking to the voice of the Jays, Buck Martinez.
Oh, yeah.
Who we all love and adore, and Jays relief pitcher, Adam Simber. And Damnit Maury, the biggest sports nut that we know, asking all the right questions, using all the right terminology. We'll start off with Buck Martinez here.
Oh, yes, it's Damnit Maury and
Buck Martinez here.
Oh, on the field at Rogers Center. Do you smell that, Buck? Do you smell what I'm smelling?
No.
Oh, I'm smelling playoff air.
Playoff air. It's good. It's going to be exciting. This is a great place for all of this.
How excited are you going into the postseason? It's been a few years, and I think this city and this country is excited.
Yeah, it's great because the last couple of years, obviously, we haven't had baseball here for a while, and I think the fans deserve to have a World Series here, and hopefully that'll happen again. But the last time they were here at home with a full crowd and everything was 2016, so it's been quite a while.
When you were down there at Rogers Center, was there like a different, can you feel like there was a different energy?
Oh, the signage, everything was changed. You could totally feel it.
Damnit Maury talking to Buck Martinez.
Of course, we're excited for the postseason, but how is Buck doing?
I'm doing great. I've been very fortunate to get some great treatment, get some great doctors, and I'm happy to be back. I didn't think that this might be possible after the start of the season, but it's worked out well.
It's great to hear him again, though, huh?
It is.
Like in good spirits as well?
And he came back, and then he gets to do postseason ball. Like, everything, just, God, such a good story.
We're going to, on the Roz Mocha Show, this is where dreams are made of. I would love for you to judge me doing the Buck Martinez catchphrase.
Well, I'm sure I can do that.
Somebody hits a home run, and get up, ball, get out of here.
That's pretty good. All you do is you miss swinging a drive.
Oh.
That's the intro. Because he can't hit a home run until he swings, right?
I'm so embarrassed right now. Swinging a drive, get up, get out of here.
There you go. Right on the money. Good job.
No, he doesn't sound like he was really impressed. Damnit Maury talking to Jays relief pitcher Adam Simber now.
A lot of sports people save something for the playoffs only. Do you have playoff underwear or something good luck that you're going to use going into this postseason matchup?
I think everybody has like a superstitious thing that they start at the beginning of the year. You find something that works. For me, like I've got one glove I've used all year. In the past, if like I kind of go on a little cold streak, I'll change the glove up. I put my left cleat on first every single day.
Huh?
Can I interrupt you?
Yeah, what do you got?
I'm so sorry. I got to ask. What's a cleat?
What's the cleat? These guys. The spikes.
Oh, the spikes on the bottom of the shoe.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just call them like golf thingies.
Oh, yeah.
No, you got metal spikes you got to put on every day. You're going to slip around out there.
Yeah.
Anything else that is like a superstition to you?
I think pasta for pregame every day is kind of a handful of us have that. So
Like mac and cheese?
we got marinara, and noodles.
Oh.
That
so good.
You have a bunch of crazy food in there you can eat, but I think when you find one that works for you, you just kind of write it out, and we don't have a problem eating it every day.
Imagine that. Just pasta every single day.
There's still a part of Maury where I think that you're still 6.
Yeah. Like mac and cheese?
Yeah, because when somebody says pasta, when somebody says, pasta, who goes, mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Nobody says that.
I immediately think like veal or chicken parm, spaghetti and meatball, penne, just like drenched in sauce.
Yes, when somebody goes pasta, who says mac and cheese? No, mac and cheese is mac and cheese.
We are going into, I guess, the first time since 2016 that there's been a crowd here to watch postseason at Rogers Center. How are you going to hype people up? How are you going to get them excited for the game?
I mean, I hope just being able to win the ball game will hype you guys up, or just playing well.
No offense, you are not hyping me up right now.
Oh, damn.
I'm sorry. I mean, my job is to go out there and get outs, and hopefully getting outs hypes you guys up.
Yes.
But beyond that, I'm going to try to stay within myself.
You sound really unsure right now.
Oh, my God.
This team is capable, that's for certain.
Can I help you out? Can I be, we've got this. We're going to do it. Like something like that. We got this. We're going to do it. Let's go. There you go.
Wow.
Way to give the guy the confidence that he
goes
needs.
the other way. Like, we're supposed to hype him.
Yeah, totally.
Right? It's not his job to hype us.
He already has a job on the field.
I know, but it's not his job to hype. He doesn't start the wave.
Go
right?
Jays go. Game time is at 4 o'clock. Rogers Center.
Yes.
4 o'clock
Yes.
Eastern, by the way, against Seattle Mariners. Go Jays go!
If you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it?
The pitch. Swinging a line drive. Base hit into left field. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. delivers in the 10th.
Or just let it slip?
Chance to blow. This opportunity comes from together. You better lose yourself right now. The 2-2. Swinging to this to finish the ball game. You won't find a more challenging save in the history of Jordan Romano's career.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I was watching the footage from last night's Padres-Dodgers game.
Yeah.
National League, best of 5 series. And
everything should be a best of 7. Let's just get it out of the way.
I
These
agree.
best of 3 and best of 5. Like, it's so stupid.
So a goose flew onto the field.
Oh, no.
And wouldn't leave.
It's so goose, huh? You know what I mean? They're painting everybody's ass.
And the announcers, when the goose flew onto the field, at first they were getting killed on Twitter because it was a goose and they called it a duck.
Oh, yeah, that's not
right?
good. You
So all the
can't-
bird peoples was like,
You
yo.
can't miss species like that.
Yeah,
right?
like that's
It's
clearly
not
a
cool.
goose.
Yeah.
Not a duck.
Father, our feathered friend here. Ducks are very aggressive. I don't know if you know that. I don't. They're very aggressive. And we're going to keep on playing.
If the Dodgers come back and win this, they're going to have
is
a
that
rally
gonna be
duck.
the rally duck, rally foul?
The crowd was going crazy when they showed him on the big screen. Look at that thing.
That is not a small mallard either.
Right? So
Okay.
the goose flies onto the field and it's like right field, right? And pauses the game for a little bit. It's the 8th inning. There's 2 outs. And the Dodgers are down 5-3. Dodgers, spoiler alert, Dodgers end up losing the game 5-3.
Gotcha.
Right? So the field crew were trying their best to get a hold of the goose. And of course, the crowd is on Team Goose.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Because they go to get the goose and the crowd is cheering for the goose. The goose gets up, right, and flies a little bit, and the crowd goes nuts. You think it was the goose hit a home run.
Yeah, I love
right?
it.
The crowd's
I love
going
it.
nuts.
Yeah.
And then lands back on the field, and the field crew were trying to get over to the goose, and this happens. So the crowd's cheering for the goose, and this is the music playing in the background throughout the stadium, right? And 2 people get close enough to the goose.
Yeah.
And the crowd is booing because they throw a towel on top of the
on.
goose, scoop it up, and
Yeah.
toss it into a recycling bin.
What?
It was a blue recycling bin.
Come on now. That's no way to treat a goose.
And they carry it off the field. But the crowd was like so into it, cheering for the goose.
Man, you know how far that goose just flew to?
And then you
right?
hear the boos once the goose was caught. All right, towel on the goose?
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. Team Goose all the way.
Yeah, I know. That poor little goose.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is, got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
JJ, hello. Welcome to Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm great. How are you?
Good. What's on your mind today?
My boyfriend of 4 years just moved out with his son.
Your boyfriend of 4 years just up and moved out with his son?
Yep.
Wow. You wrote us this. Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. He said that he has grown in the relationship, but now needs to grow individually. He moved in with his parents. I'm not sure if we're still together or not. He wants to redefine our relationship, like stay together, but still be single. Before he left 7 weeks ago, he asked me to purchase a trip that we could go on. I put it on my credit card. It is a big trip. Do I find someone else to go on that trip with me or still take him? It's in February. Wow, there's a lot going on here, girl.
Lots. Yeah.
So have you had any communication with him whatsoever in the past 7 weeks?
Yeah. So like every week, but the story will always change. Like first it was, okay, we're done, we're not going back. And then the next week he's like, I never said we're, completely done. We're just, trying to, re-get to know each other again. And I'm not sure what that means because we've been together for 4 years, so I don't know.
What was the reason he gave you for leaving?
So he says that he needs to work with himself individually. So in the relationship, we've grown, and he said, I've always relied on you. So now he's like, enough, and I don't want this to come out the wrong way, but like I own my own house. I own my own car, my motorcycle. I have 3 boys. Like I have 3 jobs. Like I'm really living my best life.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have that. So he's like, I want to get my own place, and I want to, focus on my son, and I want to get a degree, and I want to go to the gym. Like, so he's saying that he has to do that outside of me.
Because he thinks you're holding him back.
I guess.
Yeah. First of all, when guys say, like, I need to work on myself or I need to grow as an individual, it's lies, right? They're avoiding telling the truth. And I think that the one thing that men in particular have a very difficult time with in situations like this, because he probably still cares for you, but the one thing that is very difficult to say is, I don't love you anymore.
Right.
And oftentimes I can't love somebody because I don't love myself and all of that stuff that people say, right? All the lines. They're exactly that, right? They're lines. And I think it's unfair to you to, after 4 years of you sort of opening up your life and your home, for him to then sit around and leave and go, we're going to start over, but we have to do things by my way, my rules.
Right.
I think it's so incredibly unfair for you. And to me, what it sounds like is that he doesn't know what he wants, but part of him, the majority of the time, doesn't want you. And he just doesn't have the balls to tell you.
Right. But he still says that he wants to go on this trip. Like, he's like, we can still do things together.
Of course he does. Who doesn't want to go on vacation? You're still going to have sex with him too, right? Like, why not go on vacation, have a little bit of sex, and like it's all good?
And you paid for the whole thing.
Yeah.
I always, in situations like this, I always go to the worst possible place and feel like this guy, he knows that you're always going to be there, so you are his like safety, but he also wants to go out there being a single dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he still wants to get together with other women and potentially find someone new to date, but like in the meantime, he knows that he's got you to come back to, and that you will take him back and go on a vacation with him, and have all this fun time with.
Right.
And then as soon as he finds someone that he feels he can build a relationship with, he will never talk to you again.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oftentimes, when you get together with somebody and they're sort of a shell of who they were, maybe they came out of a bad relationship, all this stuff, and then they meet somebody great like you. And during the 4 years, they sort of rebuild, right? And they build a little bit of confidence. And they're like, oh, my God, I haven't felt normal in a real long time, whatever normal feels like. But now I'm starting to feel normal. And like I'm coming out of my shell. And my God, life is like I'm actually optimistic and positive for the first time, right? And they don't attribute any of that to you. But what they do want to do is they want to take all that new confidence and test it out in the world. Right. And so all sort of your hard work and patience, somebody else gets to reap the benefits. Right.
Right.
That happens quite frequently.
And I think the other thing, too, JJ, is the fact that you said that you have 3 kids yourself, right? So, like, you also got to think about their feelings and what this is going to do to them. And, like, what questions, I don't know how old they are, but, like, what questions they may have. And I think that, it's fair for that guy, for your boyfriend or ex, whatever he is to you. He has a son himself, and he's got to think about his son.
Yeah. He said that his son is resilient and he'll be fine. He'll move on.
Yeah.
But even like Thanksgiving, he was supposed to come over for dinner and he never called, didn't show up, nothing.
Yeah,
Just,
don't. You got no time for that in your life, girl.
Yeah,
like no time.
right.
I would just, the thing that, you need to remind him is that you're a lot of things, but the one thing you're not is a woman who's going to move backwards. You're moving forward, and you're either moving forward with him as a couple or you're moving forward without him. But you are not going to move backwards for him.
Right. Thank you.
My vote is forward without him.
Yep.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hope that helps, JJ.
It did. Thank you so much.
Okay,
All right, girl,
love.
you take care.
Have an awesome day.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
I was reading this story. I don't think people, like car manufacturers, are going to get in on this, but they're testing it in some cars in New York right now.
Pillows?
No.
Oh, sorry. That'd be sweet,
limiting your vehicle speed
Yeah.
to the speed limit zone that you are currently in using like GPS tracking. So if you're on the highway and the speed limit's 100 and you're trying to clock 120 or 130 or 140, the GPS will trigger the car and your accelerator will stop working until your car slows down to the speed limit and then on your way. Now, here's the thing, though. There is a slight override on it where if you need to speed up to change lanes or merge, anything like that. But the override is only activated for like 15 seconds. And then it goes back in. So they're testing this on government vehicles in New York City right now. Again, they're not pushing to force car manufacturers to do this. And I don't think any car manufacturer would even think of touching this technology?
No, the luxury brands have too much of a hold on everything. I've always been fascinated, and I got into an argument one time with somebody.
You getting into an argument with someone?
Surprise.
No.
Yeah, because I was always
shock.
I was always fascinated.
Yeah.
Let the pearls go, Shem, okay? I was always fascinated with the fact that it is legal to sell a civilian like a supercar that'll do like 350,000 kilometers an hour. Like, how are you even allowed to sell that? Like, nowhere on earth is it legal to drive that at its intended speeds.
And also, anytime we talk about this, you always get the people that text in. Do not text us telling us about the Autobahn in Germany.
No,
we don't live there.
Yeah, I don't care about that. But it's crazy to me that you are allowed to sell those cars to people because, like, they're not intended for anything other than going extremely fast. And I understand the aesthetics of a car. Like, everybody loves a hot looking car, right? Like, we're visual people and we like things that have, nice curves and like the aesthetics matter of a car. But does it have to do like 400 kilometers an hour? Like, I never understood that. I never understood how it was legal to manufacture and sell something to somebody where you cannot use it for its intended purpose. And they just leave it up to the individual. Like, it's just your choice, I guess, at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't want anybody to have that kind of control, but I don't hate the idea of something like that in some way because we are all moving over. Eventually, everybody's going to be driving EV cars.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be driving EV cars. And we seem fine right now with what Tesla can do with a car.
Sure.
You know, and I don't think that it's going to be as big of a problem as maybe you think it would be. Like if Tesla turned around and said, you know, we will allow these cars to go like 20 kilometers over any speed limit, I don't know if it would hurt Tesla's sales.
Oh, no,
I
absolutely
really don't
not.
think it
No,
would.
no.
And then so what's to
And then
stop every other
slowly,
manufacturer?
All the other manufacturers are going to kind of like fall in line, and then we'll
Exactly.
all be in the exact same space.
Correct.
Fair playing field.
Correct.
But this is
It's
tech that's happening right now. They're testing it in New York with government vehicles, a handful of government vehicles where GPS will track where the car is, what the speed limit is, and limit that vehicle to that speed limit.
Yeah.
And that's it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Of course, brother.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Kanye West talking to Tucker Carlson last night. They seem to get along real well. Kanye talking about the inspiration behind that controversial White Lives Matter T-shirt. In case you're wondering,
I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection with God, and just brilliance. You know, my dad is an educated ex-Black Panther, and he put a text to me today. He said, "White Lives Matter, ha, 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 ha." And I said, I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. I thought the idea of me wearing it was funny. And I said, "Dad, why do you think it was funny?" He said, just a Black man stating the obvious. Yeah. And so the answer to why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. That's the obvious thing.
He just said everything Tucker Carlson needed him to say, huh?
Big time.
You know what I mean?
The right quotes.
Like
all the right quotes.
After the T-shirts, Adidas released a statement saying, after repeated efforts to privately resolve the situation, we have taken the decision to place the partnership that they have with Kanye under review. We will continue to co-manage the current product during this period, to which Kanye replied to them on social media saying, "F Adidas, I am Adidas. Adidas raped and stole my designs."
Wow.
And then further on in that Tucker Carlson interview, Lizzo came up, who Kanye has a lot of opinions about Lizzo and her weight, although he claims to be very good friends with her. Here's Kanye on Lizzo.
Now let's talk about Gabby and my good friend Lizzo. Lizzo works with my trainer, a friend of mine, Harley Pasternak. Harley Pasternak. When Lizzo loses 10 pounds and announces it, the bots, that's a term for people, like, it's like telemarketer callers, like
we know
on Instagram.
Thanks, Kanye.
They attack her for losing weight because the media wants to put out a perception that being overweight is the new goal when it's actually unhealthy. Yes. Let's get aside the fact of whether it's fashion and Vogue, which is not. Let's just, or if someone thinks it's attractive, to each his own. It's actually clinically unhealthy, and for people to promote that, it's demonic. It's a genocide of the Black race. They want to kill us in any way they can.
Said everything you needed to say for Tucker Carlson, huh, Shem?
That's how I feel whenever Kanye West speaks nowadays.
Said it all.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The new Mario trailer dropped, and I know there was a lot of controversy because, one, everybody just gets all day. Everybody goes in on, I was going to say everybody goes down, but everybody goes in on Chris Pratt. People just hate the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people love him, but a lot of people hate him. And then the big controversy was Chris Pratt going to do an Italian accent when he does Mario for the Mario movie cartoon?
Mm-hmm.
And then he had said no, and everybody's like, "Oh, okay, cool." But I was like, "But Mario has an Italian accent, man.
It's me, Mario."
Thank you. So here is, you tell me when Mario's talking. Okay.
So the first voice, Jack Black, by the way, plays Bowser.
Okay.
In the new Super Mario movie, which comes out in April, by the way. So you're going to hear Bowser's voice first, and then later on you're going to hear Mario's voice.
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
So
they sort of gave him like a New York accent, so it's not really an Italian accent, but like
when you watch the trailer,
yeah,
I get the sense it's very much in line. Like the animation, it looks very much like Wreck-It Ralph style.
Love it. Okay.
Right? Which is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
and I am looking forward to this movie. I feel like this is going to be one of those movies where Chris Pratt's character gets sucked into a video game, gets sucked into Super Mario, and he then becomes Mario, but doing his normal voice. That's what I think it's going to happen. That's the only way you can explain Super Mario not having an Italian accent.
So he's a guy playing the character, and they just use his gotcha.
Right, like a Jumanji style. You get sucked into the game.
Okay, I gotcha.
Right?
Maybe
That's what I think.
All right,
may happen. I don't know if it will, but
yeah. Maury, you're a huge Mario fan. What do you think of this so far?
I think it looks fantastic.
You do, huh?
Yeah, it looks.
I wonder if it's going to bring back some nostalgia, and maybe they'll re-release some of the original.
You can play the original. We have all the original Marios on
no,
Switch.
like the original set, the original whatever you call it.
Well,
gear.
you don't need the original. You can buy replica of the old Nintendo thing.
No,
for,
they have. You can
for
buy
Switch.
them.
Yeah,
man. Oh, that's fantastic. Look at that.
Yeah, I suck at Mario. I played it for the first time last year.
Really?
In my life.
Really?
Yeah, I'd never played Mario before.
Oh my God.
I had never played Mario before.
Jenna is my wife. The best.
Really?
Yeah,
huh?
she smokes
Girls
that
love
game.
Mario. Girls were always better at guys than Mario.
Gay husbands don't. My husband says it's the biggest turnoff ever.
Oh, watching you play video games?
When I do that, he goes, "This is disgusting."
Oh wow! I get turned on when Catherine. When I see Catherine play Mario, it sort of turns me on.
Oh, what if what would
Maury,
if
shut up!
me?
You're not. No, Maury, stop it. What are you doing? Why you got to do that? I'm talking like something beautiful I do with my wife.
Yeah.
Right.
And now I'm curious.
No, I don't need you to insert yourself into my possible lovemaking.
Too late.
Okay. Wow.
I said too late before you said lovemaking. Just for the record.
Anyway, there's all sorts of wrong, and it's very weird.
Okay, stay off the mushroom.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm going to refrain. I'm going to watch the way I phrase this because this turned into a whole thing yesterday, and I don't want it to turn into a whole thing again today.
Okay, hold on.
Gentlemen, I did it again.
With?
So the Globe and Mail's bestseller list just came out today. Top 3. At number 3, Livewire, Kelly Ripa. At number 2, The Myth of Normal, Gabor Mate and Daniel Mate. And at number 1, A Little Bit Broken by Roz Weston.
Yes!
We did it!
No,
everybody.
we did not do it.
We did it again, everybody!
Look what we did!
2 Vegas trips.
Guys, look what we did. We spent together, collectively, promoting A Little Bit Broken. Collectively, we promoted the book signing of Wild Night at the bookstore.
We get more residuals.
We signed autographs. We met with the fans that helped make this book what it is. We did it together. Shem, you wanted a trip to Vegas? Guess what? Penthouse Suite at Aria. Dan and Maury,
Hermes blanket.
Hermes blanket. Guess what? 2.
Oh, blue and red.
I was talking about a range, but you know what? Forget the new Range Rover. I'm going to go and buy a Tesla
excuse me.
Cybertruck.
Excuse
I'm going to get the Cybertruck. You can't even... Listen.
What's 25% each?
Please. Please.
All we got to do, guys, is now just sit back and watch the money roll in.
we
Number
did
one
good.
bestsellers. We did it, guys.
Yes,
we
us.
did it.
Right.
Yes.
Oh,
Ross is buying breakfast for all of us.
Congratulations, Mocha.
We also
Good job, Maury.
We also
Good
get a
job,
free
Shem.
breakfast from
High fives.
Shem. Yeah, I love you guys. Shem, Tim, Maury. You guys are great.
Good job, guys.
You know, even though, listen, Deepa's on vacation.
Yeah.
She's not
Oh,
here
yeah.
right now, but
Oh,
guess what?
yeah.
No, but guess what?
Yeah.
When she gets back, because of all this celebration
Yeah.
of all of our accomplishments, Deepa gets to go on another vacation.
I just got a text from Deepa.
Everybody.
I just got a text from Deepa.
Yeah.
She's listening.
Roz, what do you want with your
what did
your
Deepa
half?
say? What did Deepa say?
Deepa says, "Oh my God, we won!"
Oh, shit.
Amazing.
You guys are the worst. I love you all, though.
Roz, what are you going to do with your bit?
Well, obviously nothing now.
Via train ticket to Montreal.
There's not a lot left. Jada Pinkett Smith is writing her memoir and promises to be a no-holds-barred story. Now, let's see in the press release. How far into the press release, Jim, do you think she mentions Tupac?
Oh, no.
The press release says,
First
quote,
line.
Jada reveals her unconventional upbringing in Baltimore, from the child of two addicts to a promising theater student and a violent interlude as a petty drug dealer, followed by a parallel rise to stardom alongside her close friend Tupac.
Oh.
Then falling in love and marrying Will Smith and the joyous embrace of motherhood. So Tupac getting credit in the press release before her husband Will Smith.
Damn, Will. You're going to have a bad day on Twitter, bro.
Bro.
The memes are going to be incredible.
Oh, that's so tough.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, can we play this quickly? There was a guy that turned his neighbor's cat's meow into a remix. We don't get a lot of remixes. It's really like a 2016 kind of thing when everything got remixed.
Yeah.
But this is a guy who, I guess, his neighbor's cat has a unique meow, and so this is what he did. The kitty's got stories.
Don't you know that I'm trying to get to you, trying to get through, but I don't know how to get to you.
Song's sick. Man, that is amazing. Holy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Am I wrong in thinking, Maury, that this Madonna coming out as gay thing is a little overblown, seeing as how hasn't Madonna dated women since like the 90s?
Yeah, and also this is a TikTok trend that so many people are already doing.
Okay.
First of all, but also she's been making out with women since I was in diapers.
Like I'm looking at the reaction of people being like, "Oh my God, Madonna, come out!" But these, to me, are people who don't understand Madonna.
They don't know Madonna's history?
What I mean? Like,
I watch this going, okay.
Like this is just, to me, it's just more Madonna. Like Madonna has done this kind of thing a million times.
Also, she looked.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second because I don't want to go too hard on Madonna's looks. But I do want to. So she basically, if you saw the video, Mocha, it's Madonna standing in a bathroom and her bathroom, and and on the bottom of the screen it just reads, "If I miss, I'm gay."
Okay.
And then she goes to throw a pair of pink underpants into a trash can, and she misses, and then she's like, "Whatever, I'm gay," like that, and then she walks away. Right? So it's like
the trend is like people who are already gay
Yes.
do this, where you throw like a piece of paper in an obviously closed trash can,
Right.
And of course you're going to get it in, but they purposely miss being like, "Oh my God, I guess I'm gay."
Right. Like that's the thing. Okay. And so Madonna did it. She just jumped on a Twitter trend, for God's sake,
Yeah.
right? Like Madonna has been Madonna. Like I don't think that like if there's any pop star out there who like I think that we get her sexuality as being, either at times gay, bi, fluid, whatever. I think it's Madonna, right? Like, I maybe I'm
So
wrong.
what, people
Maybe
freaking
I'm
out?
wrong. No. Everybody's like, oh
Well,
my
it's
God, yeah, but they are
headlines, like,
freaking out.
Madonna's
She
come
finally came out. And I'm like, okay. But Lorraine Kelly, who's a popular talk show host in the UK on ITV, looked at the video. She had something to say about the way that Madonna looked. I think that she called her a boiled egg, I believe it was.
Well, is that actually Madonna? I don't recognise her. Honestly, what's she done to her? She was so beautiful. Why do women do this to themselves? She doesn't look as if she's a boiled egg. She doesn't look like she's got any features. I'm cross because I really like her. I really do. I don't understand what she's doing there. I'm not sure what that's all about. As you say, we're talking about it. Therefore, that was probably what it was all about.
More dying over there.
Because she wasn't all made up. She was like she looked kind of scary, but she's still beautiful to me.
Okay.
But now I'm picturing a boiled egg.
Right. Okay, so here is, because I watched the video, because I was like, what's everybody talking about? One, the whole gay thing, but two, like her looks. Yeah. Not that long ago, when Kim Kardashian did the cover of that magazine, she bleached her eyebrows where you could barely see them. And she was unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Like you forget how much eyebrows really tie a face together, much like a throw rug, right? Yeah. Eyebrows really tie the face together. And Madonna in that video has no eyebrows. And if you remove your eyebrows, everyone kind of looks like Marilyn Manson. And it's very, it's very off-putting when you see somebody, especially Madonna, who it's a face that we're just so used to seeing. And Madonna's eyebrows were iconic, like iconic. And
Jeff
so
Black.
To see Madonna
Sculpted.
with no eyebrows, she does sort of look like a boiled egg.
Did she
it doesn't even look like her.
on purpose, get rid of her eyebrows, or just over time it's happened?
No,
What I'm gonna
it's
say is,
a look. It's a look.
I think she put some on her because then in the next Instagram story, she was all great.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, because you can put stuff on them and remove them,
Yeah,
right? Like totally. Like it's like you can, like, I don't even know, like glue. Yeah, basically. Yeah. And then you make up over top of it. And then, but it's not the surgery. It's not anything else. We all know what Madonna looks like. We're all used to it by now. It's just the fact that people don't look like people when they don't have eyebrows. Like you don't look like you.
We should shave ours to see what we look like.
Hell no.
Not
no
it.
way.
Go ahead, Maury.
Yeah, go ahead, Maury.
No, if anyone, Mocha with those bushy eyebrows.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Maury. You got a beard.
Why are you coming at me for? I thought we were supposed to be inclusive here.
I know. I know. Right?
Leave me alone, man.
Yeah. Maury looks like a poached egg.
No, you know when you boil an egg, you gotta take all the shell off.
Yeah.
But then bits of it are still stuck, so that by the end of it, the egg looks like it's been destroyed.
Yeah.
Just full of holes and gaps.
Yeah. No, Maury looks. Maury looks like a runny egg, like covered in hollandaise.
It's oozing.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right.
Okay, here we go. There was a woman. Oh my God. So scams still happen and people still fall for scams. Somebody almost got me last week. I was in a rush and I got a text on my phone that said, hey, I'm running late, but I'll send you your money once I get back into the city.
And were you like, okay?
Right? I think I got the same one last week.
And I wrote them back, and I was like, "Hey, I don't know who you are."
No, you didn't write.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know who you are, but this wasn't for me. Like nobody I know owes me money, right? And then they didn't write back at all, and then I realized, oh my God, that was a total scam. And I'm like, what a great scam, right?
Look at this
what
one
a great
I got.
scam.
Just like you, it says, "Just waking up to go into the office. I will send you the money. Okay, I will send you the money soon." Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Mark?
Yeah. And you're like, oh my God, somebody owes me money. This is Maury would totally fall for this. Yeah. But there was a woman in Japan who just fell for a scam. And it was one of these scams where she was talking to a guy, and this guy said that he was in love with her and that, he wanted to travel to meet her and it was going to cost money. And that's how they get you, right? Mm-hmm. She gave this guy over $30,000. So she was in Japan. He claimed to be Russian. But not only did he claim to be Russian, he claimed to be a cosmonaut living on the space station and needed money to get back to Earth.
Hold on, what? Wait a minute, man. You mean to tell me without this
Yes.
woman's money, there was no way he was getting back to Earth? Like Russia was never going to bring him back?
Yeah. She fell for it and sent him, just over $30,000.
Wait, but what was the 30 grand for?
Yeah, rocket costs.
Oh, gosh. Duh. Stupid me.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Speaking of phones, so everybody's freaking out because these new iPhone 14s are like amazing. The one feature that they have is crash detection, and this can tell if you've been in an accident, and it will automatically call 911 on your behalf.
It's wonderful. It's great. I love
It is great, except for the fact that people are bringing their phones on roller coasters, and your phone is calling 911.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
And it's a real problem.
So what happens?
It calls 911.
And then the cops show up to your location?
Cops have gone to Six Flags in Chicago. Cops have shown up to Kings Island near Cincinnati. Yes.
no.
Police are being called, and I imagine that when it goes through, the only thing the 911 operator hears is screams.
Yeah, multiple screams.
Multiple screams.
So what's the solution?
They say, I mean, you know that eventually the AI will become better and these things will stop happening. And I don't think that they even anticipated this. But the one thing that they're asking people to do as a quick fix is before you get onto a roller coaster, they want you to put your phone in airplane mode. Ain't nobody gonna do that.
I'm not going to remember that.
No.
Please.
Right? So
also,
that
don't you leave your phone with the person holding your jacket at the bottom anyway?
What?
Usually, like, they hold your purse, they hold
Who's
your phone.
they?
The person too afraid to go on the roller coaster.
Oh, because we all have that, right?
So with the Maury of the bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. People bring their phones, man. People have them in their hands when they go on roller coasters.
Yeah,
It's
I do. It's in my
crazy.
pocket.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so the new iPhone is calling 911 when people are on roller coasters, especially when it goes through like a corkscrew, because that tells the phone that you not only have you been in an accident, but you flipped.
Yeah, you're tumbling
Right,
down.
yes.
Oh, no. Oh, man, Apple. Y'all got to fix that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, just about everybody in Hollywood came out to talk smack about Kanye West this weekend, rightfully so. So Kanye, I don't even know what the hell, man. Jack Antonoff called him a bitch. So Kanye goes on Twitter. First of all, his Instagram and Twitter and everything else has been restricted because of his anti-Semitic tweet where he said that he was going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. So first off, here is Jamie Lee Curtis, the legendary Jamie Lee Curtis, speaking with the Today Show. They break it all down.
Kanye West tweeted on just recently, and I'll read his...
It was yesterday. Yesterday morning.
He wrote,
I woke up to this.
Yeah, this is what he said, in case people don't know. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. And then he goes on to say, the funny thing is I can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also. You guys have... Anyway, he goes on. You saw that tweet, and you responded immediately saying this. Also, on October 9th, the holiest day in Judaism was last week. Words matter. A threat to Jewish people ended once in genocide. Your words hurt and incite violence. You are a father. Please stop.
I burst into tears. I woke up and burst into tears. DEFCON 3 on Jewish people? What are you doing? This is, I mean, it's bad enough that fascism is on the rise around the world, but on Twitter, on a portal, to pour that in as if Jewish people haven't had it hard enough, as if Asian people, I mean, Everything Everywhere All at Once is a movie about an immigrant Asian family. I mean, if Asian people haven't had enough, I mean, it was just abhorrent. It's abhorrent.
I've interviewed you a number of times. I have never seen your eyes well up in anger like that.
I literally, I woke up and I thought, my grandparents?
Yeah.
It just, it's just abhorrent.
Yeah.
It's abhorrent behavior. I hope he gets help. I hope his children get help from him.
Wow.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
So that was Jamie Lee Curtis. John
Tony Curtis is Jewish, by the way.
Yeah. And John Legend said, weird how all these free independent thinkers always land at the same old anti-blackness and anti-Semitism. Sarah Silverman, who, I mean, she's getting dragged through everything right now.
Is she?
Yeah, because she has a very sketchy past of using words in her comedy and everything else, right? Elon Musk, however, the guy who's apparently still buying Twitter, he went on Twitter and said that he actually had a conversation with Kanye, said, talked to Ye today and expressed my concerns about his recent tweet, which I think he took to heart. By the way, when Kanye wrote DEFCON 3, he's so stupid. He was referring.
There's no such thing that exists.
No, he was referring to DEFCON, DEFCON, not DEFCON.
Yeah,
which,
DEFCON does not exist. DEFCON exists.
Yeah, and there are levels to indicate the intensity of a national security threat. And so when he said I'm going DEFCON 3, I think that he thought that that was like super high. But like the way that actual DEFCON works is like 5 is low and 1 is high. Like he has no idea what he's talking about. So anyway, that is what everybody was freaking out about if Kanye over the weekend.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
And here comes Neil deGrasse Tyson to ruin everything again. So Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? Super scientist. Okay. Like
Love him.
Oh, come on. He's
What
such
did
a
he do
buzzkill.
now?
He's such a buzzkill. So he goes on Twitter and says this, late to the party, but in this year's Top Gun Maverick, Tom Cruise's character ejects from a hypersonic plane that was doing Mach 10.5 before it crashed.
Took him a while to get there, but he did it.
He survived with no injuries.
Yeah.
At that airspeed, his body would splatter like a chainmail glove swatting a worm. Just saying. He goes on to say, at supersonic speeds, air cannot smoothly part for you. You must pierce it, which largely accounts for the difference in fuselage design between subsonic and supersonic planes. He goes on to say, when Maverick ejected at Mach 10.5, he was going 7,000 miles per hour, giving him 400 million joules of kinetic energy, the explosive power of 100 kilograms of TNT, a situation that human physiology is not designed to survive. So no, Maverick does not walk away from this. He would be dead, very dead.
Blah, blah, blah. Science, science, science. Shut up, Neil Tyson deGrasse.
Thank you.
Why can't we just enjoy the movie?
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I get it.
And also, he's Maverick,
I get
okay?
it. Right. Thank you.
He could do that stuff, because guess what? He did it.
Right. He goes on to
Suck
say.
it.
He goes on to say, in this year's.
He goes on?
He goes on.
There's more?
He goes on to say, in this year's Top Gun Maverick, they dangerously fly under the radar through a narrow, winding canyon to destroy target, avoiding multiple banks of surface-to-air missiles. But why not first take out the missile banks? Could they then not fly daredevil maneuvers? Just saying.
I'm thinking watching movies with this guy would be the worst.
Oh, it would be the worst.
Doing everything.
The worst. You know what it's like with him, but only he knows so much about so many things. Like he's so smart, right?
And you
like,
can't argue with him.
You would just not enjoy anything in life. Because you ever watch like something, right? That's like it's like a comedy, right? Like you're watching a comedy. It's a romantic comedy, something like that, right? But you're watching it with like a real car guy, right? And then in the romantic comedy that has nothing to do with cars, like the guy picks up the girl and they jump in the convertible and they slam it down and they speed off into the sunset. And then the guy beside you goes, that 67 didn't have that muffler.
You would do that,
You know what I mean?
Roz?
No, I wouldn't do that. I don't ruin movies like that. Like he knows too much about everything, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like he's becoming not fun.
Now that I think about it, though, that thing about taking out the missiles first before going into the canyon.
I'm not saying he's not right.
Like that part is right.
Okay. Also, here's the thing, right? Just use drones. That's what everybody does, right?
Yeah.
Just use drones, but you can't do that because it's Top Gun. They got to fly their way in.
The movie would be
right?
done in 5 minutes.
It would be done in 5 minutes.
It'd be called Top Gun Drone.
Right. It should be called. Drone Run Obama, right? Because he knows what he was doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We got the drones for it. Just go in and do it. I
You know
also
what?
love it. I also love in Top Gun that everything has to be so safe and you can't offend anyone. Did you notice in Top Gun Maverick they never named who the enemy was?
Oh yeah, no.
Right?
No.
No
You
country.
can't do that.
No country's attributed to it.
Absolutely
It was
not.
just the
No.
enemy.
Yeah.
There was no like country associated with it or group associated with it.
Yeah,
it was the enemy, right?
Neil Tyson deGrasse does make a good point, though.
I know he does.
He's
I know he does. He's so smart.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
The legendary Angela Lansbury passed away. Died peacefully in her sleep yesterday morning. 96 years old.
It's a life, though.
5 days away from her 97th birthday. Best known for Murder, She Wrote, which made her at that time one of the richest women in the history of television.
Oh, yeah? Didn't know that.
Yeah, I was reading something where because they had done, like, hold on here. Where's that number that I saw.
Like hundreds of episodes?
She Wrote. Oh, like 200 plus episodes of Murder, She Wrote.
That's a great career just for one TV show.
Yeah. So hold on here. It's a staggering number of episodes. It's like 250 something episodes that she did of this one show. It was like 12 seasons. 264 episodes of Murder, She Wrote.
Incredible.
And 12 full seasons. And she quickly became executive producer, and her salary was at $200,000 an episode. So do the math on that. That's like almost $60 million.
Good for her.
Good for her. She also, I found out, in like the 60s. So they were living in California, she and her family. And I guess like her daughter got mixed up with Charles Manson.
What?
And her daughter was like using Angela's credit card to buy like Charles Manson and like the Manson family cult like gifts and stuff like this, like to like groceries and whatnot.
Really?
And then she at that time had a real bad feeling about who these people were that her daughter was getting mixed up in.
Yeah.
And she packed up her 2 kids and left Los Angeles and moved back to Ireland and didn't work for like 2 years because she's like, I need to focus on these kids. Like I've been just like absent working too hard for too long. And so she got her family out of there. And then like a year later is when the Manson murders happened. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like saved her daughter from the Manson family, for God's sake.
R.I.P. Angela Lansbury.
Yeah. Nominated for 18 Emmy Awards. Angela Lansbury won 0. Come on now,
Aw,
right? Come on.
really?
After all those years
All that
and how
time, all those
beloved she
episodes?
was. Murder, She Wrote, 18 Emmys. You win none. She did win 5 Tonys, though, and did get an honorary Oscar in 2013.
Honorary, that ain't the same, though.
I know.
Yo, she was Mrs. Potts in Beauty and the Beast.
She was, yes.
Right?
Mrs. Potts. You're
Come
right.
on now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Disney is pushing back the release dates of several of its Marvel movies, including Blade and Deadpool 3. So...
Yo, and they just announced Deadpool 3 like a couple weeks ago, right?
So Deadpool now goes from September 2024 to November 2024. Fantastic Four is moving from November 2024 to February 2025. Avengers Secret Wars is moving from November 2025 to May 2026. And Avengers The Kang Dynasty is still scheduled for May 2025, but that means...
weren't we supposed to get the two of them like in the same year or something?
Yeah, that there will now be a year in between the 2 Avengers movies instead of 6 months. So it was supposed to be 6 months, but now it's going to be a full year.
Do they give a reason as to the reason
because
for all these pushbacks?
because Blade. So apparently they lost their director for Blade, and then so they had to pause production on Blade, which then because in the MCU everything's tied together, right?
Yeah.
And so when one gets really, really behind schedule, it messes everything up. Like you can't start releasing movies ahead of other ones
Out of the timeline order.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
Doesn't work that way.
And it sucks that Blade is kind of like the first in line. Like it just so happens that it's the first in line for all of these movies to make sense.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
KISS925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.